Higher Self Magic here. Welcome to my reading, Leos. I'm a Leo rising, so I felt the full moon's energy and pull. I'd like to welcome in, connect with Sarah Elizabeth. I also ask Sarah Elizabeth and the angels to guide me to use these cards for the greater good to others and with wisdom and compassion. And I always refresh the energies and clear away what's not needed to empower myself. There we go. So here I have my minor arcana from the traditional tarot. I've got a strawberry for you, Leos, because it is a strawberry full moon, and this is the 18th of June, and until the 19th we still have the power of the full moon. From the 11th to the 19th it's been really bright and beautiful for Leos. I've also got a sea turtle for you because out of all the signs, Leo has become more intuitive. They've gone through a massive intuitive development. In fact, when I first started my readings on this channel, I said that the thing, I did one for all signs, and I said the thing that would dominate Leo's year would be their enlightenment, their intellectual enlightenment, their standing in the community, their feeling of respectability growing, people feeling Leo's becoming more powerful. And up to this period in time, and I think all this started with the conjunction between Neptune and Mercury on April the 24th. I think this is where it all started in Pisces, and that hadn't happened for years and years since the 1920s, and will not happen in our lifetime again. And that conjunction has changed the way humanity perceives itself, and I think from being competitive, quite cutthroat, we're now seeing a more compassionate, more intuitive sort of people rising to the fore, and Leos have championed this. And when I've put "you are enough," Leos, that page is so important. That's my book quote for you in this reading, and the turtle's lying on the page next to it. It's because you are enough, and you have realized that. If you've heard my last Leo reading, which happened right at the beginning of when I opened this channel, I said that Leo had fundamentally made lots of mistakes in the past and blamed themselves always for those mistakes. Well, since that conjunction, which was an enormously important one, Leos have started to realize that the mistakes weren't their fault. They weren't their fault. They literally have been able to start fixing things once they became aware of that. They'd always blamed themselves for relationships breaking up, or for family disagreements, or a drop in career status. Always blamed themselves. Well, they've realized now, since that conjunction, in fact I think that conjunction was on April the 12th actually, in Pisces, that the mistakes have taught them, as they teach all of us, and they empower us. And Leo has taken a totally different attitude since I started this channel on April the 12th, and now they're seeing the mistakes as giving them the strength to fix things where they saw the mistakes were, and hence a lot of changes happening for Leos, which is a difficult thing because Leos actually don't like change. They're a fixed sign. But due to this intuitive sort of strength, that the development and the strength and the courage that Leos are finding in themselves, and that's why I put the turtle there to represent them. And you know, if you buy a turtle or have a turtle, like there's a spiritual turtle, and you stroke it every morning, it does give you good luck. Anyway, this intuitive development has brought a massive sense of peace into Leo's lives. They're getting clear internally. They want their dreams to come true. They're bringing love to a lot of people. They're grabbing their power because they know that they are enough. They can see that if they've loved themselves, which they are doing now, which they didn't before, I'd say before that conjunction on April the 12th, Leos didn't love themselves at all. They were beginning to feel the necessity for that, but since April the 12th, they've really started to love themselves. They're seeing that they are enough, that it was other people that also were instrumental in those mistakes. And they're now following their own instincts because they have them. They can feel that intuition seeping in, and they're following their own instincts and making positive, good changes, and they're going with the flow. So Leo's being fixed, haven't particularly liked changes, but they're letting them happen now, and they're letting them come to them. And the eclipses were really instrumental in Leo's accepting that, well, the eclipses didn't give Leos much choice, because they're very dramatic instruments that happen, that the universe makes us have in our lives. And we've had 4 this year. One on, I think it was April the 30th, and one on the 15th and 16th of May. And that was a total eclipse of the full moon. The first one was a solar eclipse. And we're going to have 2 more, one in October and one by November the 8th. And the November the 8th one's going to be very dramatic. If you don't respond to what the universe really wants you to do, I think Leos are responding really well. The universe will make the changes for you. And being a fixed sign like Aquarius, there's a few other fixed signs that don't like change. The universe will make those for you through those eclipses. You didn't like Mercury being retrograde at all, Leos, and you were all over the place. So until June the 3rd, you actually were not doing very well. May was not a good month for you. Going back to the turtle though, this is going to be a very peaceful, happy month for you. And although we're coming to a close with it, this full moon that's just occurred and its influence is being felt until tomorrow, the 19th. I've put a strawberry there because it is a strawberry, full, bright, beautiful moon. And these are all the energies you need for your luck. And I hope Sarah Elizabeth is bringing those to you. And there are going to be some fundamental changes occurring in the love department and in the friendship department. And you'll see that love and friendship will go together. Your love will probably be your best friend, which is something that has not happened for a long time for you. Your love has always been some sort of infatuation or a passionate love. I'm not saying this won't be it won't be unpassionate, but it will be a friendship. You'll both adore each other. You'll both love doing the same things. And these cards are very indicative of that. So this whole year, because on May the 10th, Jupiter moved into Aries, and so it magnifies everything, expands everything. And for example, with Capricorn, it went into their house of home, where they're repairing things emotionally and physically. For Sagittarius, they went into their house of true love. For Aquarius, they went into their house of communications. For Virgo, they went into their house of career and money. For you, they've gone into your house of friendship, and that's an attached, close friendship. And that means that in this year up to May the 10th, next year from May the 10th, someone significant has moved into your life that will be a love friendship. And I think that that person will want to hold on to you. He'll want a balance with you. You will want a balance with him. And they will tell you they love you because it is a friendship that is a love friendship. I think you will fall madly in love with each other. Now, if it isn't someone that's just come in, there will be someone from your past. Now, there is somebody in your past that you have been deeply in love with, Leo, that has caused you all sorts of problems, as the Seven of Cups shows, and the Seven of Swords. And so there was a bit of an illusion there. You often daydreamed about this person, but there was some deception. Now, this person might come in, and Neptune, there's 3 planets here, Jupiter, Mars and Neptune. And Neptune likes to cause confusion. Neptune is the planet of true love. It says it's the planet of true love, whilst actually sometimes Neptune isn't the planet of true love at all. It just magnifies that total feeling of love. It should be called the planet of infatuation, really, but it brings to the fore things connected with love that maybe will cause confusion, and they will happen around this full moon to this new moon. And so if that person comes in from your past, you have to be really, really careful that you are understanding the dilemma, the crossroads you might be at, the choices you might have to make, that your karmic seeds are being balanced and you are getting clear internally. And if you go back into the past like that, bury your head in the sand and don't look yourself in the face and ask serious questions, did that hurt me? Did that affect me? You could fall back into the same trap. So I'm just saying you might have a love choice here, but you're learning from your mistakes. You've learned from your mistakes, and you don't want any more of those. So I think you've moved on from that, but I do think there could be an appearance of that coming in. I think you want quiet in your life now. You want the right to chill. You want the right to be happy with someone who makes you happy. And the other cards here, we've got 3 queens. They're indicative of women friendships. Whether you're a man, you might like to have women as your friends, or if you're a woman, you might make friends with 2 other women. You'll be like a threesome. Or these people are women in your life, like your mum or your sister or yourself. The Queen of Wands is usually a Sagittarian, and but all of these 3 are very intuitive, very spiritual women, and they could represent you, the 3 sides of you. Remember your past. You're so different now to what you were before May the 10th. You're totally different. I think you're even more beautiful now. It's not because of what you've been putting on your face out of a jar. It's not because of what you've been eating, although strawberries and fruit's very good for you. But it's because of the internal cleansing that's been going on, that internal purity, that feeling of humility, that being humble is actually making you beautiful. And like Roald Dahl said, if you're kind, if you're lovely, it will show on your face. And it absolutely does, Leos. Something incredible is happening to you, is happened to you and is happening to you. So be very careful if that choice comes in, because it could, sometimes we're at the crossroads and it interferes with fate. You just make that wrong decision. Let's see what these Arcana cards, minor Arcana cards say here. So here we've got the Queen of Fire, Confident, warm, intelligent, graceful. Stretch your wings and fly. Don't underestimate yourself. Assert your independence and creativity. I'm going to say quite a lot about your creativity in a moment because it's going to be really dominant from July onwards into next May. And here we've got Ten of Water, a contented and rewarding family life. Your emotional and material needs are met. Trustworthy relationships. So be careful. Only take on the spiritual, trustworthy relationships that meet your spiritual cleansing. You are enough. You deserve the best. And Six of Fire, victory. Good news is on its way. Public recognition or awards, and that's going to be in your career. Even if you haven't got a job, or even if you haven't got a career, you are developing yourself creativity in a creative manner. You're doing work on yourself. You're developing an area of your work quite quietly, quite steadily, and that is going to pay off. Someone's going to notice, or you are going to think, hey, I want to do something with that. I hope you can see those cards. There we go. So yes, you're becoming much more beautiful now, and it's showing in the relationships you're having with close friends. They're meaningful with this love that has come in or is coming in. If he's not here yet, he will be here before May the 10th. And maybe your past love will change and will want something different with you. You might be overwhelmed by the change in that person too. You might be tempted, but do think about the responsibilities of your own life, your responsibilities in your own life, and whether you can take a trauma again, because you have sort of reached a point, I think, where peace is so important. And sometimes some people bring with them passion, but also a drama that I don't think you need anymore. So the eclipses definitely affected your home and career. There's no doubt about that. Let's look at the major arcana cards and see what they bring us. So they definitely affected your home and career. May wasn't that good for you, I don't think, but June is so much better. It's helping you plan much more. Your Six of Wands is like, bravo to you. You've really set yourself up in the community, in your friendship groups, with a really good reputation. People are going, wow, she's different or he's different to before. You don't want drama. They can see how chilled you are. And your Four of Wands is definitely showing the world that you've manifested what you want. And you have manifested. You're quite good at manifesting now, just through your dreams. And the Four of Wands often means marriage as well. So you could have contentment through marriage quite soon. But what's really coming out is that your hard work, your manifestation, the Six of Swords, sorry, the Six of Pentacles is indicative of that as well. Your ability to manifest, Leo, has been so important for you. The Three of Cups again shows you're standing in that friendship community, that you're basking in the joys of life, that you're important in these friendship groups, and you will have something to celebrate quite soon. Because the Eight of Pentacles is saying that you're quite skilled in your craft, and people are beginning to notice that, whether it's artistically, writing wise, or whatever. You're definitely showing the world that you can do all that. So I'm really pleased for you there. The Two of Cups is showing that great romantic love. You're exploring areas of your world and life with this love. But as I said, you're two people that have actually got your same interest. You want to spend time together on the same activities. And this love between May the 10th and the full moon of June the 14th to June the 19th, where the moon's influence has been strongest, has really developed in a great, beautiful, calm way. So June the 11th to the 19th has been very good for you. It's also giving you the need or want to travel, so that's quite important. You're so less anxious than you were before, and that's showing through the Two of Cups. You're exploring different areas of your life, and the Queen of Cups, you're loving, you're caring, you're showing that psychic healing that's taken place in you. I think these are really great cards. Let's have a look at these. So here we've got the Chariot, and I always say when you get the Chariot, sit in it, don't do anything, let it take you to your destiny. I see the Chariot as, you know, just let it drive itself, let it take you there. And you've got two beautiful cards here, the Fool and the Star. They're just both beautiful, beautiful cards. But I'd like to say something about the full moon in Sagittarius. All signs have felt empowered by that, but I think you have felt more empowered than a lot of the signs. You've tapped into your own wisdom, your own inner wisdom, to your higher self, and you've listened to what your higher self is telling you. We're all our own sort of gurus. I was saying that to Virgos, and you Leos, or some Leos, have needed more therapy talk or counselling in the past. But I think now you're starting to listen to yourself, because you know that you are telling yourself the truth. You are balancing your own life. You just ask yourself the question, or your spirit guide the question, and you get the answer. It's opening up this psychic ability within yourself, is this strawberry full moon. And so I think all fire signs have had a strong connection with their psychicness through this Sagittarius full moon, because of course it's fire. Also, Jupiter moving into Aries on May the 10th has had a tremendous effect on the fire signs, Leo and Sagittarius, and more than any of the other signs. So they're going to really feel the effect of that. I'd like to take two more here. So we've got Temperance and we've got the Devil. Okay, let's make it three. And we've got the High Priestess. So what was I telling you about intuition? That's just so important, because the High Priestess is you getting in tune with your emotions, trusting your own intuition, your own psychic ability, which has definitely come in. You're not rushing anymore. You're being quite patient compared to before, and you're relying on insight, which comes from what you're viewing. You're allowing yourself to see with sort of different glasses, not pink coloured spectacles. You're looking through radar glasses at what is happening around you, and you're not going to let anyone disturb your vision now. You're taking it on board. What you're seeing is what you are what you're expecting. Before, you'd hide your very head in the sand, and you'd ignore those signs that you were being told about. And of course, the Fool and the Dreamer are new psychic possibilities for you, which you've already developed, but new exciting phase coming in, opportunities, optimism, your independence is seeping through, which I think is brilliant. And we're getting closer and closer to that Chariot moment where you're going to reach your fate. and your destiny, and it might have already arrived, but it will become clear to you that you will want it, because of the balance it brings into your life as compared to that previous love that probably brought drama, deceit, and sadness. That love could have changed. So let's see what happens. Sometimes people go away, a soulmate goes away, repairs himself, has these experiences, and so will come back to bring balance. But that 14 temperance card, balance card, is saying don't make any impulsive decisions. If you're given a choice, reevaluate, really think things through, show self-restraint, and wait for better times before you make decisions. Now the devil is there like ego. So sometimes that person coming back in might feed your ego, might make you think, oh, he loved me all the time, why did I go through that shit? Well, sometimes it is your ego talking, and you have to look at your anxieties as they were, as based on realities, what you went through, what place you were in at that time, and whether things have really changed, and also whether this new spiritual you needs different things. You feel the need to prioritize different things in your life, and of course the star is saying to you, you can have it all. Your wishes are coming true. You've wished upon a star and the results are here. Bright times are ahead for you. You're on the right path, and prosperous, happy times, a happy life lies ahead. And you will see that because this bright, beautiful full moon will be going, but the bonds it's created with people that have come in during this time, brought you quite close to that person, will increase that love and make it more intense. And also, as long as you can say quite truthfully you and that person are on the same page, then it's going to give you the chance, when you're settled emotionally, because that's sometimes what Leos need, give you the chance to develop your artistic talents, to develop your creativeness, which is quite astounding for a lot of Leos, the ones I'm resonating with. And when we get to the new moon of June the 28th, you will see how calm and how much time you're spending on your creativity. And July is going to bring quite a lot of career opportunities. I've just turned a card here and I've got the Lovers for you. There we go. Let's look at the major arcana with my Angel Oracle Tarot cards, which I love. So here we've got life experience. A significant life event is going to occur, a powerful revelation. Full moons sometimes bring revelations, they explain things, they bring in news, and that will lead to change and time to spread your wings. So that's 16. And here we've got strength. You are getting amazing strength, Leos. You're getting a great inner strength. Those mistakes you made or were made, you're now seeing them as learning tools, as points to jump on to the next stone from, rather than have that stone beating you up and hitting you over the head. Release harsh judgment, particularly about yourself. You definitely have done that. Forgiveness and compassion to yourself. You've definitely done that. And the Dreamer, we're back to the very first card, which was there. To have got that twice is certainly something, because a leap of faith, follow your dreams, unexpected opportunities are coming. So I'm very happy about that for you. Let's have a look at and you're getting more and more beautiful every single day. What more do you want? By May the 10th next year, you're going to be astoundingly amazing. And I mean that, because that internal cleansing, that internal purity is going to shine through. Release and surrender. So here we shower you with blessings of our radiant love. Open your arms and release the challenges that you've held tightly gripped within your hands. Open your hands, arms and heart to our love and assistance, so you don't need to blame yourself anymore. You're releasing and surrendering all that. It's not necessary anymore. Let's see what karma card comes up for you, whether it's in your in a house, in a sign, or in a planet. And karma, this is very karmic time. Very karmic time. Eat some strawberries before the 19th of June because of the strawberry moon. Get the strawberries down you. Get the blessings of the moon. But Midsummer's Night is coming, and I'm going to be doing a manifestation video and a little card reading for all the signs. I'll just pull out a card for each sign, and honestly it's going to be lovely. So if you want to join me in that, get a candle, get a bowl of warm water, get some lavender oil that you can drop into that, some herbs you might have at home, basil, thyme, parsley, any herbs. Get some dried sage if you can, and we will pop those in a bowl. I want some roses. I've already got mine here for each reading I do, and a pen. You're going to write on the rose petals and pop them in the water, and it's going to be lovely. It is. So here you've got in your 5th house, if you've got a child, there's going to be the trust of a child in you. So there's going to be some talk there, fun, romance, and making art. You love art, do it dramatically, and the power of love. Wow. So in your 5th house, you've got investment also, and your creations. So it's going to be wonderful, because your karma is just amazing, because you've done so much work on yourself and you deserve it. You're probably the purest you've been in a long time. Keep it like that, because it's so, so important to have your purity right there. Here we've got journey. You're on a journey. You're on a journey. As I said to you before, self-enlightenment was the thing. And through the experiences, through debates, through relationships, you're going from where you were before to on this bridge, which is one of those string bridges. And when you get to the other side, you're going to be where that chariot takes you, your fate and destiny. There you are on that lovely bridge, and your chariot is taking you there. I'm only doing one card of each because I take so long with my videos. I think people are getting bored with them, so I have to try and make them shorter. So let's take one mermaid card. If anybody likes something I did before or whatever, or doesn't like it at all, then let me know. But I think the shorter versions are better. Let's take one of these for you. These mermaid cards speak about love and power, and here, breathing deep, entering into life, exchanging of life, bringing energies. You and your partner, your love, are going to be giving air to each other, not only through the kiss. It'll be like a kiss of life. I mean, you don't have to bring each other to life because something's wrong with you, but you're giving life to each other through your kiss, through the air you breathe, through the air you're giving each other. And it's really quite incredible, because whoever this love person is, whoever your person is, you're really needing each other like people need the air. So that's quite significant, I think. Really quite significant for love. Because, you know, they always say, find someone you can't be without. That's what love's about. Find someone you cannot be without. You cannot live without. It's like the air that you breathe. And if they can live without you, tell them to sod off, because it's only someone who can't live without you that you want. Your life is going to be triumphant, Leo. You are on the way to triumph. I love this reading. I hope it's my reading as well, Sagittarius Sun, but I am a Leo rising. So yeah, I was looking forward to this reading too. Let's take 3 of these. These are my wisdom oracle cards. They give us wisdom, they give us advice. Sarah Elizabeth, please give us the best 3 cards for Leo for this next period, please. And I've brought the turtle in for you, so I'm not going to do an animal card because the turtle is your animal right now. And all my crystals are giving you power, surging through your bodies. I can't stop until my arms hurt, and then I know when I have to stop. Okay, there we go. Here we've got vanity. Okay, so that might have been the old you. That might have been the old you. You saw the spiritual thing as not really that important. You were sort of in an impasse. You were like stuck in that place where it was good to just go out and have a drink and care about what you wore and being in the right place at the right time. And vanity was just speaking down to you and going, there's that song, wasn't there, James Taylor? Yeah, that song's quite indicative of that. And Carly Simon, if you ever listened to it. But it just created an impasse. It was just there and there and there, nothing significant happening, just boring and not giving very good spiritual vibes. And suddenly you went, nah, I want to create things. I want to use my hands. I want to become creative. I want to create a new life for myself. I'm going to manifest it. And look at you there, manifesting. And you've manifested it. So you've got that guy or girl that needs you and your kiss to live and breathe. Or if you haven't got it, it's coming in. So all that isolation you felt before, maybe you're having some sort of isolation around the new moon, because that's a time of people developing their skills. So you might feel around the new moon to be quiet, to do some isolated work. So this has got a double meaning, but maybe you were isolated from yourself even. That's the message I'm getting. You couldn't find your real self, but now you've found yourself. And I want to take a few more of these because they're talking to me. And you definitely felt rejected by that old relationship you had, or by the way you was talking to yourself, blaming yourself for mistakes. You were just giving yourself this dejected, rejected sort of vibe. And now you're just saying, go away, I'm not even listening to that. The mind's very powerful. You can put yourself in the wrong place, and being with the wrong people, negative people, getting caught in their dramas definitely gives you a feeling of rejection. And this is for someone who's lost a dog, because if you've lost a dog, you really felt the grief of that enormously. And I think that was a bit of a turning point. Either made you turn more in yourself, made you feel more more insecure, more sad, or it started opening the gates to you becoming more intuitive. But certainly as that grief, it never goes, but as that grief has lessened or passed, you've learnt a lot from it. And your dog is definitely one of your spirit guides now. Your dog is definitely connected to you and watching you closely. So that card really means that your dog is there for you, definitely there for you, and is very closely connected to your future blessings. So here we've got balance. Balance is coming into your life. We've talked about that. You've got the balance card. You've got the balance card down there. And so it's twice now you've had that card, one more. And trickery. So you've had a lot of trickery. You've played tricks on yourself as well. Your mind's played tricks on yourself, that you've had trickery in a past relationship. The dragons played with you. The dragon and the squirrel, they're playing with each other. But you know to avoid that now. And you're growing. You're growing. You've come out of all that way of life, that vain, trickery, sort of isolated impasse, where you felt rejected. Now you feel growth, you feel connections with creativity, and you feel really great. And you're impartial to stupid people now that affect you. You couldn't give a stuff what they think, and you're not even listening to them. Look, you're walking around with your pots of paint. You're painting your own life. You're colouring your own life. You're giving it the colours you want. You're not even listening to what colours they want you to have. One more. I just love these cards. And enlightenment. What did I tell you about your year, Leo? It was the year of spiritual enlightenment, and we've ended up with this one. Look at you. The sun, the stars, the moon, the clouds, everything's warming your body, and you're standing there growing in strength because of the enlightenment you felt. Let's get you a fortune cookie. Wisdom Oracle cards, you never fail me. You never fail me. I love my cards. I just have so many decks, but these are my favourite at the moment. And I work with them really well, and I've done some readings for friends and they've just been so spot on. One person's daughter went missing, and I got in tune with Sarah Elizabeth, and she just said, when is she coming back? And I said, because of Sarah Elizabeth, 3 weeks, and she came back 3 weeks to the day. So, you know, cards are there to give us answers, but astrology, the planetary movements, the universe is so loving and kind, and the universe has your back, and the transits, the movements like Jupiter going into Aries is really, really, really important. These really affect your life. Now, burnout, your hard work will see results, but your health needs to be maintained. So check in with your doctor, dentist and health professional and try to maintain a healthy lifestyle. So I think all the hassle you gave yourself did affect your health in some way, through stress, through maybe stress-related conditions like eczema, or some sort of mental health problem. But all that's coming to an end. It really is. And you're aware of the burning out that you gave yourself through all those feelings, all those things happening as well, like grief. That does turn it out, but it's the people you were with mostly, and your intuition has brought you right out of that. Trust your intuition. It's a great time to learn a new skill, change careers, or invest money. One more for you, please. and perseverance. You may feel like you're getting nowhere, but there are wonderful changes ahead. So don't give up. And I've got to take one more for you before I go, Leo, and that's communication. A reunion could bring love or a rekindling of friendships. A lucky win seems likely. Well, I did mention that possible reunion, but I think you've got love anyway. And manifestations. Manifesting is so powerful. Do it on Tuesday. Start doing it tomorrow. I'm going to be putting up a video tomorrow on manifesting for Midsummer's Night, and I'll do another one on Midsummer's Night. But some of my videos take so long to load. I have no idea why, possibly because they're so long. But here we've got a beautiful time awaits you. Your wishes could manifest right before your eyes. And I think, Leo, you're very powerful manifestation-wise. So manifest, get that life you want. One more surprise. So a disappointment will be followed by a pleasant surprise. An invitation could bring love to those searching. Those are my fortune cookies. So thank you, Leo, for joining me in this reading. I hope you've enjoyed it, and if you have, please like, share and subscribe. That really does mean the world to me and my new channel. Thank you. Good night.